Like whenever as a humanity we see new technology, it always created way more jobs than ever before. But anyone can take your photos from social media and they can generate whatever they want. Every time whenever someone use my face, I can get a notification, hey, someone used your face. And I saw that AI influencers are taking pictures of with real celebrities even they don't exist in real life.
We have seen junior levels role completely eliminated by end of 2025. I am a developer, but I haven't coded for last 6 months.
We have heard rumors about Claude Mythos, and this is, I think, real life Jarvis, or people call it different names, so real life Ultron. As entire humanity, we always created tools and that help us to achieve more, but at this time we created intelligence, and that's something different than ever before. That's never happened in the past. Okay, so welcome to the very first podcast of the Onobit.
I'm Gourav.
Hey, my name is Amit Kumar, and today we are going to discuss about a lot of AI stuff, like future of job, future of education, and what's going to happen with coding, near future, what's going to happen with developers. Okay, so I think the other day, me and Gourav, we were discussing about how today anyone can take your photos from social media and they can generate whatever they want. They can misuse it, they can use it, like they can generate a video out of this. And I don't think so there is very strict regulations around this. So what do you think, Gaurav, about this?
Yeah, this is kind of alarming these days. Anyone on the internet can create copy of your profile and make you do anything they want. For example, influencers these days are taking pictures with the celebrities they haven't met yet. So this is a prime example.
I saw that AI influencers are taking pictures of with real celebrities, even they don't exist in real life. And the other thing I recently saw is leak on Twitter from the OpenAI, the new image generation model. So there was a couple of screenshots, and I downloaded that photos and I checked. Actually, there are a lot of software where you can check actually this photo is AI generated or real. Then the software couldn't differentiate. I mean, it was telling this is real, so that's concerning somewhere. So what do you think, is there any solution like we can generate today as a community, or as with all the big tech giants come together and they can make something out, so this can prevent for real identity theft?
It's the solution, I guess, lies in a gray area because it's not just like a number or a fingerprint which matches identically. Faces can match like twins or like same to same faces. So we have to deal with the centralized registry where a database or like a single repository can store all the faces on the internet, so that whenever we want to use our face, it is served from that. Otherwise, it will be difficult, or blockchain technology can be implemented. But I guess we are in the start of this phase. We have to look forward what's coming next, and also be aware of the scams and alerts on the internet.
Okay, so basically you want to say that, let's say I know OpenAI is somewhere is doing this by in their Sora app, I mean the Sora platform. So if I upload my face, so I can give permission to people who can use my face. So the same thing I think Google, OpenAI, and all the major companies can do. Let's say I scan my face in the app and then I give permission for the what purpose they can use, or maybe every time whenever someone use my face, I can get a notification, hey, someone used your face. And like let's say I registered on Google Gemini or like ChatGPT, so whenever anyone is going to use my face, so I can get a notification, and then if I approve, then the only they're going to get the result. I think that's a great way. I think that's the somewhere lies in middle, like as Gaurav, you said, like that's somewhere in gray area. But yeah, that's kind of solution of this problem.
Yeah, definitely. Because we have to approve what we are going to upload, and others might use it or not. But this has to be done because in the upcoming models by the different AI models, the face recognition is unable to like differentiate between the real face and the AI character.
Yeah, it's getting real every day. True,
Yeah.
so true. But I also think that there would be offline models that you can run on your local machine in the future. Like these models are getting lighter and faster and way more perfect than ever before. So I think the people who really want to misuse your photos, they will just
Yeah,
download in their
definitely.
computer and then they're gonna they're gonna use this in their local machine. But there is no absolute way to avoid this. But at some extent, I think we can do that.
Yeah, that's definitely the case because if I get your photo on the internet and run it on my local machine, there is no internet connection with the database that will prevent me from like creating your face. So that will be no barrier in the local machines. So this is kind of a gray area that needs to be worked on. This is not like creating your ID that remains with you.
Yeah.
This is kind of like little bit on the facial side. You have to create a biometrics just like your iPhone Face ID.
Yeah. Okay, so who knows what's going to happen, but let's see. These are the way for what we think, I think should be implemented. And another news I was reading today, Dario, the CEO of Anthropic, he said the coding and then software engineering within 1 year would be obsolete. So, but still, Anthropic is hiring like a couple of engineers. So I
Yeah.
think you would be only in demand if you are in the top 1% or less than top 1%, let's say top 0.5%. So yes, the software engineering scope is there for sure, but I don't think so that's going to last longer. For now, the people are getting like salary in millions, but what do you think? Like, what's going to happen in future?
Yeah, definitely. Like as you mentioned, like coding as a skill is not dying, but coding as a job might be dead by end of like this decade. We have seen like junior levels role completely eliminated by end of 2025. Similarly, like I am a developer, but I haven't coded for last like 6 months. I completely generate all the code by
Yeah,
AI agents.
the same thing is with me. Like I'm a UX designer. Like I used to be UX designer, but now I don't call it myself UX designer. But I know what's going to happen. So yeah, we call it ourselves entrepreneurs now. So yeah, the thing is, I think like I myself, I have been using Figma design from last 3 months, and I use Lovable for UI UX design. But I don't design manually, and I literally hate it right now. I don't think so. I can go now and I can start the project from zero. I always just make a really long prompt and just I put in Figma Make or whatever software it is, and then it generates visuals for me, and then I tweak somewhere. And recently, I had a talk with some college students, and they were telling me like they really hate to code manually. They really hate to design, set up their folders and the files when they use Visual Studio. And most of the students said that they prefer anti-gravity or Cloud Code over the Visual Studio and these kind of platforms. And yeah, that's the shift we have seen. Like, what do you think about this, and what's your opinion, Gaurav?
It's completely, definitely recognizable. Like in my group, mostly my friends are developers, and they have seen this shift as well. Companies are demanding more skills and more robust and more economical way to scale their things. For like talking about like the company's economics and everything, AI is definitely cheaper and way more faster because you can run coding agents 24/7 with minimalist cost, and there is slightly less chance of error than a human solving a bug for over 4 days. So that definitely we are going to that shift. This is also like people will say like AI will take the coding jobs but will create jobs for creating AI. But in the near future, we have already seen that AI is getting conscious these days. So AI will not create those jobs, but AI will create themselves. So we like the Anthropic just launched manage agents, which runs on itself. Just you have to give the command, and they can take care of itself and solve all the issues that they might face. So definitely we are going through that phase. We have to be more on the side which we can work on the AI rather than going against the flow.
Right. Like the big question was in 2022 when the ChatGPT were launched, and I was in an event in Toronto downtown, and the people were like talking, who is gonna build the future of AI, and then somebody says AI itself is gonna make its future, or AI itself is gonna code for AI. I mean, these AI platform. We have heard rumors about Claude Mythos, and this is, I think, real life Jarvis, or people call it different names, so real life Ultron. So have you heard about that as well?
Yeah, it's like Mythos is like a dangerous tool these days. It kind of can destruct the AI infrastructure, encryptions, or any secure files. And that's why the company has decided to keep it private for now.
Yeah, I think they gave it to for like companies like Microsoft and big tech giants to test it out, and then they are real. It's kind of scary. It can break encryptions, I think. Yeah, that's why they are not launching it for public. Yeah. So as these AI tools are being way more powerful than ever before, the question is like, what's gonna people do in the future? Like, how do you see the future of jobs?
As we discussed earlier about the coding, it's completely be the end for the juniors as well. So in particular in the job market, most of the jobs are will be done by the AI. Talking about the other segment, which AI finds it hard to be taken over, is the labor market, the high skilled jobs where we have to be physically present. AI can't do those tasks like creating a house, construction, uh, installing something that is non-replaceable, and people are tend to have more skills, and the competition is gonna increase. We might be seeing 100,000 applicants for a job, which was earlier like 10 to 15,000 only.
So okay, so I have very different views. When you said AI cannot work in physical world, it's gonna work for sure, but not right now. Maybe after a decade or maybe 2 decades, robots would be everywhere. Like I've seen companies like Unitary G1, it's around everywhere in China and US. So like robots like Unitary G1 are gonna come in physical world, and they're gonna also take the labor jobs. So the same question arises, like what's the future of jobs? So I think so before we talk about future of jobs, like whenever as a humanity we see new technology, it always created way more jobs than ever before. But at this time the technology itself is learning, like if AI can't do any task today, it will learn from you and it will do better than you. So again, the question is like, how do you see, like, let's say you are graduating from college today, and as a college fresher, are you going to apply for job, or are you going to consider to start your own startup or maybe content creation? What's your views as a college fresher if you?
That's definitely easiest or the trickiest part. Easiest is like I will not be applying for any job because most of the companies will not be hiring a freshers from now on, or like in near future, or that will be almost gone. Uh, and talking about like the first of all, in my opinion, these days, if I'm this much mature that I am today, I will definitely not apply for the jobs if I don't have any experience under my belt. But if I'm into like fashion and like in construction or different kind of market, then this is a market that needs to be experienced with. Talking about like in my situation, like as I'm a developer into the tech mostly, so I'll not be applying for the job. And the question is like, uh, will we be needing the degrees in the future?
Yeah, that's another big question. I think I think we'll talk about this later. Like we haven't reached on a conclusion what's going to happen with jobs. I think the concept of jobs is like 400 or 500 years old. Earlier, people used to do a job for kings, and I think only for kings. And then most of the people that had their own like agriculture work and all the different kind of works, they used to have their own something on work. So I think after industrial revolution, there were concept called jobs, and everybody like wanted to get in India specifically. In countries like India, everybody wants to get a government job. And in the West, when we see in the West, people prefer any kind of job uh, but most of the people follow their passion. Let's say they want to become a teacher, they follow that passion. Let's say they want to become a doctor, they follow their passion. I can see possibilities through the fog, what's going to happen. And when AI is going to enter in every field, like teaching, medical science, and then it's already it's already crashing the AI, I mean the tech industry. So what people are gonna do? Are we gonna, as a humanity, are we gonna get together and are we gonna like? I saw a lot of video like uh, philosophical video. I would say the people say people will just leave, and people are gonna have universal basic income. For how about the less developed countries? How about the developing countries? These like this thinking and this mindset is coming from West, like US, Canada, and all these countries. Like how the countries like India would survive. Gaurav, what do you think? Like in India, how AI is gonna impact in near future?
We have already seen the shift of AI in India. In my opinion, like India is transforming really great in adapting AI, but the use case they are using is very limited. They are just using for creating emails, generating random stuff, just like emojis and stuff. But talking about the top tier categories, the real use is way bigger than you think. Mostly, it's gonna be in the technical part and the stuff that you can't do. For example, in my case, I love coding, but there are some skills that I haven't learned so far. But AI is helping me around a lot from creating the project from starting to end. This shift in AI has completely transformed the way we look, the way we solve problems, and definitely this is helping lots of graduates these days in India. And talking about like the old age population, like the seniors of the society, people are also getting habitual how AI work. And just in case, like earlier there was a UPI revolution,
Right.
people was fastly adopting the payments infrastructure, and these days people are already on the mobiles and internet. This will definitely be a big game changer in adapting to the
For
technology.
for sure, the AI adoption is there, like, but most of the people are using for generating photos. In India, specifically, we talk about in India. Even in the states, I've seen most of the people, like in general, like normal people who is not too much familiar with the tech, they are generating, photos and crafting emails and asking questions about day-to-day life. So the thing is, when AI is going to enter, when AI is going to take their jobs, then what people are going to do? Do you have any views? Like, let's say, whatever you do today, AI is going to take over. What would you do?
That's a very serious problem, but
That's a $1 million question, I know.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, like in my opinion, everyone has a unique identity that AI cannot take. In like in future, everyone will be a content creator either by choice or by force. Uh, some people will write blogs, some will create videos and sell their content through that media. The main question is we have to build an audience, and that will help you distribute any product you sell, services you provide. And but the main question is like how will this adaptation will be implemented to the youth and to like the people that is not adapted to the technology.
Okay, so basically, you want to say uh, everyone need to become a creator. That's like I'm pretty much okay with, like, pretty much agree with that. I think last year I wrote an article about this, like, concept creator economy and what's going to happen, like if everybody on planet Earth generates content, so everyone watch each other's content, and then that's how people just like today we everybody work for each other directly or indirectly somewhere, and then they earn their earnings, like, so the same thing is going to happen with uh, content creation. Okay, but the question is, as you said, like how those people who is not familiar with the tech is gonna,
be adapted to this technology, this
yeah,
wave,
so
because they haven't seen any. Some even don't have the phones. That is like a basic necessity these days. So how they gonna survive this competition? Sooner or later, their jobs will be taken by even even by a robot or like an agent, just like a TT counter. Their job is like just taking tickets. Other than that, they cannot be cannot fulfill any other tasks.
Right. So how I see this, like back then, like let's say 500 years ago or 1,000 years ago, very few people were there. They can read and write, and today, and then slowly, as per time, people started learning reading and writing. The same thing is going with computers today, with the IT industry and internet. Most of the people are familiar with how to use smartphone, how to use internet, but there are a lot of people. I think old age people, you say,
Like
and
5 to 10% of the population.
yeah, we are not sure about the numbers,
Yeah.
but somewhere 5 to 10%. Maybe it can be higher than what we are assuming right now. So what's gonna happen with these people? I think the same thing is gonna happen with these people. With like in the back then, people who can't read or write, who couldn't read and write, they get help from other people. The same thing, the AI is gonna help them, but people can speak, right? And then you can interact with most of the AI platform while like whatever you say, and it's gonna do your work. Like I literally believe that anyone, even a caveman, if he or she can speak, and then they can use Alexa, right? So
Yeah.
that's the audio interface is gonna fill the gap somewhere.
It kind of, but the main question still stays like how they are gonna earn bread and butter. They can learn, they can educate themselves, but like this AI wave is not like the standard waves that we have seen in the past.
Yeah, it's completely different. Like we
Yeah,
never
like
seen.
machineries were taking the jobs of the like the repeated tasks, but the people the companies went on creating more and more stuff so that people are needed for the machineries, and also machinery factories were set up. But AI is a virtual environment. It does not need people to work on. It can create themselves. It work on itself and do repeated tasks more efficiently.
Okay. So in conclusion, if you wanna say, as a human, as entire humanity, we always created tools and that help us to achieve more. But at this time, we created intelligence, and that's something different than ever before. In the that's never happened in the past. That's something we created magical things. So who knows what's gonna happen? And the last thing we're gonna discuss today is like you said, as you said, like the we were talking about education, right?
Yeah.
So what's gonna happen to the education? Like today, like a 10-year-old kid can learn anything, whatever they want. They can learn about space technology. They can learn about anything, and the way they understand. Like when I was a kid, and there was way more complex mathematical questions, and I always had problem to understand. But my niece and nephews today, they just ask from ChatGPT and they use Claude, and they get interactive 3D solutions of the whatever the questions they have. So what's your point? What's your views on education, Gaurav?
Education is gonna be like definitely affected the most because it is the root where everything grows from there. Uh, as you mentioned, like your niece and nephews are using AI to solve their problems, but there's also a question like are they actually understanding the problem here, or are they doing just sake to solve the problem? uh, and like it's depend on the how we use the AI tools these days. A person with mature mindset will definitely understand from what the AI model is gonna say. Otherwise, if you are going to take that to avoid the repetitive task or just use the AI tools for the completion of the work, this will definitely leave you behind in the race. uh, and talking like the about the college education, I think you will see a lot of more drop-offs and less admissions in the upcoming years because education taught in the college is now taught within a month by AI. You can literally create anything you want, understand anything you like. It's kind of latest and precise information. So what do you think about like AI is more on the technical side, but what about the things we need to understand in the physical environment? let's say a pilot want to learn the aeroplane, how to fly and how to understand the mechanism.
The whole situation, how I see this, like this is impacting the tech industry already, then it's going to impact the other industries like medical and the teaching and other professions. But you know, the competition would be more, like let's say for me, I always wanted to become a software engineer or tech guy or entrepreneur. If this doesn't exist for me, either I'll go to the police, and maybe I'll become a pilot. So you know, people like me who has this, like plan B is pilot or plan B is becoming a doctor, there would be way more competition. And the same question, do we need this much pilots? Maybe yes. Do we need this much doctors? Who knows?
Or
Okay,
maybe
because
we don't need pilots at all.
Yeah.
Because we have seen driverless cars these days, and talking about like the planes without pilots, it definitely gonna happen in the near future. It will have the less chances of error and will be more accurate. So it's kind of revolutioning these days. We need to understand the market in depth. And so, what are your opinion regarding this revolution? Like
Okay.
as an individual, how a 13-year-old kid studying in its class 8th gonna look for its future?
That's very complicated and that's very hard questions. What the new generation of students, the new generation of entrepreneurs are gonna build, and what's they gonna do. And maybe in the near future, we all humans gonna do whatever we were made for, and whatever, like I think the next decade is gonna not the next decade, the next century. I mean, this century is gonna define who we are actually.